started. Okay, so this is the other one about quadratics in the paper question 7. It gives you 4 diagrams and says each diagram shows a quadratic curve. State which diagram corresponds to each of these 3 curves. Okay. We just talked about the discriminant and real and equal roots and all that kind of stuff. So the first one we've got is y equals 3 minus x all squared. Okay, that would be the kind of example that we gave of equal roots, wouldn't it? That would only touch the graph at one point. So it's got to be one of these has got to only touch at one point, and that point must be 3, because that's the value that solves that. So we've got 2 options here. These 2, it's either figure 2 or figure 3. I need to change some strange colour. So which one is it? Well, we've got to decide whether it's a U-shaped or an N-shaped curve, and that depends on what the coefficient of x would be. If you multiply out this bracket, would it be a plus x squared or a minus x squared?
Plus.
It would be plus, wouldn't it? If we multiplied the whole thing out, you'd get 9 minus 6x plus x squared. So it must be positive. That means the x squared term is bigger than 0, so it must be that kind of shape. So therefore it has to be the figure 3 that matches that kind of shape and equals 3. So that would be the first one. So that one is y equals 3 minus x all squared. Part B has us looking at y equals x squared plus 9. Okay, well in a little while we're going to talk maybe about the transformations of graphs. This is the x squared graph, and then it would be lifted up 9 units, because x squared plus 9. Well, 9 appears on a few of them. It's got to be that one, hasn't it? X squared moved up 9 units. Did he just move? So that's going to be this one again. It's a positive coefficient of x squared. A is bigger than 0, so it's a U-shaped graph. And it's moved up by 9 units, so it's got to be figure 1. The next one, y equals 3 minus x times x plus 3. Okay, well we've only got 2 left. You can see if you multiplied this out, you would have a minus x squared in there, wouldn't you? Minus x times plus x. So the coefficient of x squared is less than 0, so it must be that shaped curve. Now we've got a choice. We've got one that only crosses at one point, so that would make it a repeated root, and we've got one that crosses at 2 points. It's not a repeated root, because it's not a squared thing. X is plus 3, x is minus 3, so it's got to be figure 4. So that's that one, y equals 3 minus x times x plus 3. There we go, that was 3 marks. The last part of this question said, give the equation of the curve that doesn't correspond to any of them. So the last curve is that one there. Can we think about what that would be? It's how many times does it touch the x-axis? Just once. So that would make it a square bracket. So that last one is going to be some kind of square bracket. Where does it touch the x-axis? At plus 3. So it's got to be x minus 3 inside that square bracket. There is one final problem with this. Because if I multiplied out x minus 3 all squared, what would be the number in front of x squared? It would be plus 1, wouldn't it? But if it was plus 1, that would make it a U-shaped curve, and this is an N-shaped curve. So I have to put a minus sign in there to show that it's negative. And so that last one would be minus, well, x minus 3 all squared. Okay. Thanks, Elliot. Some great camera.